Nothing can send a chill down your spine quite like spotting those unmistakable blue and red flashing lights of a police car in your rearview mirror. Your heart races as your mind races through all the possible reasons you're being pulled over. Maybe you were going a bit too fast, or perhaps a tail light is out. You put on your best innocent smile, getting ready to chat with the officer once you've pulled over. But deep down, you know that leaving without a ticket seems unlikely. But this story isn't about just anyone. It's about a man named Alex Turner. Alex, a former firefighter, had faced danger before, but nothing quite prepared him for the day those flashing lights appeared behind him. He had been driving through the quiet streets of Ridgeview when it happened. Ridgeview was a small town where everyone knew everyone else. Alex had lived here his whole life, following in his father's footsteps as a firefighter. His father, a respected figure in town, had sadly passed away a few years back. The town had always held a special place in Alex's heart, and he wanted to honor his father's legacy by being a responsible and upstanding citizen. As he pulled over to the side of the road, memories of his father flooded his mind. He wondered what his dad would have said in a situation like this. With a deep breath, he rolled down his window, waiting for the officer to approach. A young officer named Officer Ramirez walked up to the car, a curious but stern expression on her face. "Good afternoon," she said, her tone professional yet approachable. "I noticed your tail light is out. Just a minor issue, but I thought I'd let you know." Alex's heart sank a little. He hadn't expected this. He thanked the officer and assured her he would fix it immediately. As she took his license, they began to chat. Officer Ramirez mentioned that she recognized him from the local news, praising his dedication as a firefighter. Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. After his father's passing, he had taken it upon himself to organize a charity event every year in his dad's honor. The event had grown over the years, bringing the community together and raising funds for the local fire department. Officer Ramirez smiled warmly. "It's people like you who make this town special. We need more folks who care about their community." As she handed back his license, she paused, her gaze falling on something on his dashboard. It was a small emblem of the town's fire department. The emblem held memories of countless fires fought, lives saved, and his father's legacy. "Your dad was a hero," Officer Ramirez said, her voice softening. "He saved lives and made Ridgeview a safer place. I lost my father in a fire a few years back. He was a firefighter too." Alex was taken aback. He had no idea. Suddenly, he felt a connection with Officer Ramirez that went beyond a routine traffic stop. They shared a bond of loss and dedication, of carrying on a legacy even when it felt overwhelming. Officer Ramirez continued, her voice a mix of sadness and gratitude. "I miss him every day. Seeing you, it's like a piece of him is still here." Alex's eyes welled up with tears. He had never expected this encounter to take such a heartfelt turn. At that moment, the traffic stop became a chance for two people to find solace in each other's presence, to feel understood and supported. "Would it be okay if I gave you a hug?" Officer Ramirez asked tentatively. Alex nodded, his voice choked with emotion. As they embraced, it was as if their shared pain was being exchanged through the simple act of a hug. Two strangers, connected by a common thread of loss and resilience, found comfort in each other. After the hug, a warm connection seemed to linger between Alex and Officer Ramirez. Alex cleared his throat, breaking the moment with a slightly nervous smile. "Listen, I know this might be a bit forward, but would you be interested in grabbing a cup of coffee sometime?" Alex asked, his voice a mix of hopeful and uncertain. Officer Ramirez, whose first name was Carol, chuckled softly. "I think that would be nice, Alex. Coffee sounds good." And so, their journey continued beyond the traffic stop. Alex and Carol spent hours talking over coffee, sharing stories about their lives, their dreams, and their aspirations. Alex learned about Carol's background, her experiences as an officer, and her close relationship with her father, who had been a firefighter. The more they talked, the more they realized how intertwined their lives had become, even before that fateful traffic stop. Weeks turned into months, and their bond grew stronger. They found themselves spending more and more time together, exploring the town they both loved and getting to know each other on a deeper level. Their shared connection felt like fate, a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can lead to the most meaningful relationships. One night, as they were sleeping, Carol had a vivid dream, a dream of an industrial building engulfed in flames. In her dream, she saw something that sent shivers down her spine, a cleaner, stuck in an upstairs cleaning room, too scared to go out of the room as everything was on fire, and in her dream, there was a key, kept in a jar within that very cleaning room, that would open the locked door at the end of the hallway, leading to an outside stairwell. She had told Alex about her dream, but he had laughed it off, dismissing it as just that, a dream. The very next night, Carol and Alex got an emergency call to make their way to the Ridgeway Industrial Building as it was on fire. As the flames raged and the night sky turned an eerie shade of orange, Ridgeview faced its biggest fire in history. Panic spread like wildfire, and firefighters swarmed the scene, including Alex and his team. Carol, stationed outside to manage crowd control and keep bystanders safe, watched with a heavy heart. She remembered the dream she had shared with Alex the night before, the dream of the industrial building consumed by fire. Carol's heart raced as she saw Alex and his team enter the burning building. She had told Alex about her dream. She stood by, hoping that somehow her dream would serve as a warning, that Alex would remember and stay safe. Inside the building, the heat was oppressive, and the crackling of the flames was deafening. Alex and his fellow firefighters worked tirelessly, battling the inferno with all their might. But as the situation escalated, the chaos intensified, and the walls of the building started to groan and creak under the weight of the flames. Amidst the chaos, Alex's thoughts were a whirlwind. He remembered Carol's dream, the details she had shared, the cleaner locked in the upstairs cleaning room, the key in a jar, the door to the outside stairwell. He had brushed it off, but now, surrounded by the roaring fire, he couldn't ignore it. As he communicated with his fellow firefighters over the radio, their voices tense with urgency, a feeling of unease settled over him. The other firefighters were saying there was no one left in the building, urging Alex and his team to evacuate. "Get out of there! No one's inside. It's too dangerous." But Alex's intuition told him otherwise. With his heart racing, he hesitated for a moment, remembering Carol's dream. He glanced toward the upstairs area, his mind racing. Taking a deep breath, he made a split-second decision. "I'm going to check the upstairs," he radioed, his voice determined. As he navigated through the thick smoke and searing heat, Alex's heart pounded in his chest. His flashlight pierced through the darkness, guiding his way. He found the door to the cleaning room, just as Carol had described. With trembling hands, he turned the handle and stepped inside. In the dim light, he saw the terrified cleaners lying on the floor trying to get some fresh air. He then quickly spotted the key, exactly where Carol had said it would be, in a jar on a shelf. With swift motions, he grabbed the cleaner and the key and rushed to the end of the hallway. There, he found the locked door that led to the outside stairwell. He unlocked the door with the key in hand and stepped onto the outside stairwell. Fresh air on his face, a stark contrast to the smoke and heat they had just left behind. As Alex emerged from the building, with the cleaner over his shoulder coughing and covered in soot, the structure groaned and shuddered. Moments later, it collapsed in on itself, a swirling mass of fire and debris. The sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a reminder of the perilous risk Alex had taken to follow Carol's dream. Carol, watching from a distance, saw the building crumble. Her heart raced with fear for Alex. When she saw him emerge from the flames, a mixture of relief and gratitude washed over her. Her dream had come true. and Alex had heeded its warning. Their eyes met from across the chaos, and in that moment, they understood the magnitude of what had transpired. Carol's dream had guided Alex and the cleaner to safety. Carol approached Alex, her voice soft with emotion. "I can't believe it. My dream, it actually came true. You saved the cleaner because of my dream." Alex smiled, a mixture of relief and amazement in his eyes. "Your dream guided me, Carol. You were right all along." And then, as they caught their breath in the aftermath of the ordeal, they made a startling discovery. The person Alex had rescued, the cleaner from the building, was none other than Carol's niece. The revelation left them both speechless, the twists of fate intertwining their lives even further. As they processed the events of that night, Alex and Carol decided not to share the details of Carol's dream with the media or the public. They knew that some might dismiss it as coincidence, while others might question its validity. Instead, they chose to hold onto the truth as a shared secret, a testament to the unexplainable connections that can exist between people. And so, amidst the ruins and the healing, Alex and Carol's relationship blossomed. Their story was one of fate, of dreams turned into reality, and of a bond that defied explanation. As they looked toward the future, they knew their lives would forever be intertwined, marked by the extraordinary night when a dream became a guiding light amid chaos. If you enjoyed this story, then I know you will enjoy the story about an archaeologist and his beloved dog who was murdered. A family moves into their house after the tragic murder. The deceased dog named Shadow helps a young mother find their killers. It's a great story.